Ebony Magazine turns 80. Oh, wow. Where do I begin to start when I talk about this magazine? Grew up with it. John H. Johnson was like, I was, you know, no lie, kind of you could say like a nerdy kid growing up because I read album credits, I read credits, I read. And then uh, the magazine was a fixture in the house growing up, Ebony and Jet. Um, Ebony was it was a black experience of upscale mobility. Almost some people may say in a parody or mockery of bourgeoism because it was really selling a point of a way of life where you were seduced by a lifestyle. They made everybody look good. I remember old Reverend Ike was in there, and he was the first minister. He was the black version of Joel Osteen long before there was a Joel Osteen, and he had a Jackie Wilson perm and all smooth and styling. This is a him on my grandma's radio back in the day was something. Of course, all those great Jacksons covers, and I had a horror story because I once had an airplane ride with U.S. Air, and they lost all my memorabilia magazines I had with the Jacksons. A lot of them were those Ebony magazines, which were incredible at the time. You know, there was something magical about the Jacksons and Michael back then, and those magazines was the truth. But anyway, Ebony represented so much of a lifestyle that it told different stories. I remember when the magazines was big, then they made it into like a mini. They made it more compact because them joints was huge back in the day. I remember they'd have different people on there, and they really were promoting black excellence. They were really promoting a type of a lifestyle which you didn't see in the media. I think Dr. Alvin Poussaint, who was a right hand man on the Cosby Show, was right commentary, and Johnny John. They had different takes on different themes. They spoke on different things, but it did in a high level fluency level. It's like you'd read Ebony Magazine and you'd watch Tony Brown's Journal and you'd watch Soul Train, and then you'd kind of like come back full circle. I mean, it was a certain type of styling. So the magazine's long since been sold. Lyndon Johnson Rice, John H. Johnson's daughter, sold it a long time ago. And I remember I bought John H. Johnson's book. It was a blue book that came out in the early 90s about success. And remember him and Michael Jackson had an association when Michael was doing his catalog, had to be his catalog and everything, and he was getting him sound advice and so on and so forth. And so remember reading about the Johnson family and everything. And like I said before, what a engaging way and details and and so many things and experiences with that. Um, but Ebony Magazine, when I think about the foundation of it and what it was like to read it, it was a cool magazine. It just kind of took you away, kind of like Calgon commercials. You kind of, but uh, my grandmother in Houston used to get it every once a month, and it was when it came out. I forgot, but it was like a must have. Um, it really represented a particular time, and it was like a counterculture to like a Right On or Black Beat or Rock and Soul black music magazines, whatnot. But this one had more of a flair, you know. Jet went into more common themes, but Ebony was more stylistic. Uh, Again, it sold a lifestyle. It had mass representation. It was like I don't want to say like a black cosmopolitan, but it was like a black lifestyle magazine. And John H. Johnson had an incredible oral display with that, you know, and everything was tasteful, more family oriented. Talked about the black experience of education, just a more, like I said before, like a precursor to the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, if you will. So it's hard to believe it's turning 80 years old, and used to read that magazine, and it was like must see, must have. So definitely enjoyed some Ebony. But anyway, if you were a fan of Ebony Magazine or you had memories or anybody in your family had it, let me know. Give me comments below because the Ebony Magazine experience was no joke. It was the truth. And it seems just like yesterday. It's amazing when I think about it. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm on one time. Peace.